as well. We'll keep an eye on that as the night goes on. By the way, Julia Donovan and Lexi Danvers from the Brooklyn Blaze are already locked in to Chicago. And getting straight to the semifinals, they no longer can get that first round bye as they won for a 3 seed. As Karen Bradford and Kristen Nuss will be the number 1 seed, and Brandy Wilkerson and Melissa Humana-Perez will be the number 2 seed. So there you go. For the boys, your Dallas Green, Andy Bennett, and Miles Bar Saints still have a shot at the 1 or 2 seed. They are locked in to the Chicago Championships. They still have a chance to make it to the number 1 or 2 seed. A win right now is what they need. They actually need to win both of their matches today and tomorrow to have a shot. And then it comes down to some tiebreaker scenarios. The Brooklyn Blaze, Sean Cook and Brian Miller, or tonight, Sean Cook and Theo Forever. They are right on the edge of making it to the league. They really need a win tonight to have a shot.
As the sun sets over Dallas, Texas, things might be cooling off outside ever so slightly, but they are heating up massively inside the Comerica Center. Night number 1 of AVP League play here in Week 8, the finale of the regular season. Playoff implications all around as the Dallas and Brooklyn men take the sand. Welcome back inside, everybody. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympic gold medalist Rich Lamborn. And Richie, this intriguing match because we'll get to why Brian Miller is not here. It's a reason more important than volleyball for sure. But his substitute happens to be the coach for the other side, one Theo Brunner.
Yeah, absolutely. Theo kind of midway through the season stepping into a coaching role, working with Miles and Andy, and now filling in against them. So how's that going to factor in? He knows a lot about what they do, I would venture to guess.
Now, Brooklyn needs 2 wins here to even have a shot. They have to hope that Shulk and Shaw do not have a good weekend also, maybe dumping both or at least one, and then it would come down to points. There's a lot of possibilities there, but mainly they need to get some wins.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a matter of trying to put one foot in front of the other. It's a new partnership, so really kind of little, if any, expectations, and they're facing a very good Dallas Dream team. But it's just all about getting that W.
You know, the scouting report must have looked pretty good for the Brooklyn Blaze. I'll bet it was accurate. There's no question there when it comes to what Theo Brunner knows about the opposing side. How does he help Sean Cook execute?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's one of the preeminent blockers we've had, maybe even in the history of the game in our country. And so that's going to be huge for the Brooklyn Blaze and should help Sean to kind of settle in defensively. And then obviously kind of as the match proceeds, he can talk his partner through what's happening on the other side of the net.
Theo Brunner's going to come out first, 4-time AVP best blocker. 7 heritage titles, retired just recently, coaching at UCLA, but still playing, still in great shape for Theo. 6'7", 40 years old. Joined Jenny Johnson-Jordan's staff over there at UCLA. So you know he's ready to block, and the question is, what will that do to Sean Cook's defense behind him? Can he scoop and score behind one of the all-time greats against The best team in America, Andy Benish and Miles Partain. Andy Benish is the next great big man, still with a lot of upside available. I mean, he's hitting .474 as Miles Partain coming in transition. This is a lethal pairing.
It really is, and you know, we know about their option, we know about the jump setting, the things they like to employ offensively. It'd be interesting again, you know, not to belabor this point so much early, but how Coach Theo combats that. Because it's one thing to sort of implement it, but then being on the other side of it, having to defend it was another thing.
Andy Benish, powerful from the service line and intimidating at the net. And behind him, the most versatile player on the AVP, Long, the next top talent. And the next is now for Miles Partain, just 23 years old, out of Pacific Palisades, a product of UCLA. So Miles Partain is going to step back to serve, and let's hear from Miles.
Both Sean and Theo have personalities that can maybe make you lighten up when you play against them, so just making sure to stay focused. Sometimes it can seem like they're really carefree, and then maybe people lighten up. So kind of before the match and the warm-up, just trying to stay in our zone and play as hard as we can. I think that's really important against them, and they're a good team, and we'll come out in battle.
All right, we'll see if they can stay in their zone. The zone that time was zone 4, shot to the, or pardon me, zone 2, shot to the outside to Sean Cook.
Yeah, I like it. New partnership, still running tempo right out of the gate.
They're going to skip that one. And there you get a look at the versatility of Miles.
I don't know if we noticed that, but Sean Cook served and ran up to the net. So that appears to be one of the wrinkles the Brooklyn Blaze looking to throw at Coach Theo's team.
I don't know about that wrinkle.
Yeah, it's
we'll follow that.
I want to hit that with some heavy doses of electric.
That shot is missed by Theo. A little bit rusty perhaps as he works his way into the game. Dallas early, 2-1 advantage. Theo gets outreached by Andy, and it's another point for the Dream.
Did he mumble under his breath, stick with coaching after swatting that line shot attempt? We'll never know.
That's a great call. How much trash will be talked to your own coach?
I've heard that Miles was none too pleased with this development. Theo is going to be playing against him.
That shot is good cross court. Theo dialing it in. Dallas 3-2. High ball, Benish, right to Cook. And Benish is there again. He's 2 for 2 at the net.
2 for 2 against his coach.
So Partain will go to the line, 2-point lead. Their women having already won in straight sets in what was one of the quicker matches we've had till the last moments. Andy Benish double axe handle set. Cook, dig over and good.
We're guaranteed that that was going to get a celebration out of Cook. He likes to run around and get the crowd involved. You can see he's got the mic on his hat. This is a really tremendous play from Dallas, but good. I call it a little bit of a lucky spear from Cook in the backcourt, but doesn't show up on the scoreboard.
We'll have to check his eyes like a Taylor Crabb. Taylor Crabb will be looking across the net and firing that thing immediately. With others, we're never sure. Nice tough serve from Cook, eaten up by Partain, who finds the sand again.
Yeah, that was a tremendous pass. Cook hammered that serve. Miles equal to the task.
Mentioned that Miles Partain is hitting .474 coming into the season. His partner Andy Benish hitting .467, a torrid pace for Dallas as they've gotten out to a 4-2 record. Lost their last match to the New York Nitro. That one has to still sting.
Andy looking to make it a third against Brunner there, trying to go for the lefty Kong block. Unable to get it.
Yeah, the Hamptons was the last time we saw these two teams. New York Nitro taking out the Dallas Dream. 13-15, 15-11, 15-12 by the Nitro. Andy hitting a season low 118. Horribly uncharacteristic number from the big man who will get this set. I know it! Turn from Theo, dug by Benish.
Nicely done by Benish in transition after the overhand dig. Partain, such a weapon when he can set the ball from anywhere to anywhere.
6-4 Dallas. Miles, the one-time indoor setter. And that ball is redirected off of his service to Theo, 7-4. Strong start, probably as expected by Dallas.
You would think so. And that move right there is just a little bit of rust, I think. Theo, typically a pretty good service receiver, just kind of stayed too static with his feet and fell over and over past that easy serve.
Just takes a step up this time, and that ball nearly caught him high. He'll be up at the net, redirected. Benish covers himself. Cook almost looks surprised there. Andy big at the net. Oh, double up for the monster block.
That was a tremendous all-around play from Benish. There's the look at the stuffy to finish it, but that first move where he touches, turns around and goes is tremendously athletic.
Third block, and a big one from Andy Benish.
Yeah, sideways.
Partain looking to continue the run on the other side. Oh, he chops it. Nearly got him. Partain can't get that one. Interesting matchup here. And we had a chance to catch up with Brian Cook about playing with Theo.
Played together for about half an hour. We know of each other. We've said hi to each other a couple times. No, we played against each other a bunch. He's destroyed me, I think. The first time we played each other, he beat me 21-6 in Manhattan. That was cool, right in front of a grandstand stadium, so that was nice. It's a nice feeling. And I think he's done that a couple times, actually. So, I know how good he is. I know what he's capable of. So, yeah, just getting touches together a few this week, and we'll see how it rolls.
I just want to know if at any point Sean looked over at Theo and said, "I love you, always have." Despite those beatings that Theo administered at Manhattan Beach, according to Sean.
Well, it's interesting we talked about what the scouting report might look like for Brooklyn on Dallas, given that Theo's over there, but I'd be willing to bet that the Dream have pretty good information on Theo in his game right now, and its state of affairs. As they go over the top there, smoothly done. And Dallas looks awfully comfortable here, hitting double digits.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was kind of the origin of the three of them working together, right? They've played against each other over the last few years before Theo's kind of retirement from playing. And, so they know and respect his game, but is a little bit rusty, we would say.
Cook with a nice high physical reach with more on the partnership. Let's go down to Victoria. A little audio issue they have down on the sand with Victoria. No issues at all here in the first for Dallas as they get another clean side out, continue to hold that 4-point lead.
Yeah, it's been relatively smooth sailing here, as you see there. The numbers, 565 is a tremendous clip.
Even high for a team that is used to excellent offensive output and clamping defense. Fourth stuff block for Benish.
Yeah, fantastic discipline there from Andy Benish. You could see that set get pushed wide. He did not chase it, just went straight over in that angle, let Cook come to him, and it was impressive.
Benish and DeBerg for Dallas on the men's and women's side, off to an outstanding start. He's 4 of 5 with 4 stuff blocks. He needs to add some aces to even get close to Kylie at this point.
That's right, yeah. If he's looking to mirror her performance, he'll have to pick it up from the service line, Benish.
Man, he is right there, though, in terms of the rest. And as expected, the team having success, 12-8. Miles, tons of open net there as they again left Cook at the net.
And we've seen him serve and run up, and then we've seen him stay when Theo is back at the service line. I don't know that anything about the results are indicating that that's a good strategy.
Nice pickup here by Partain. A rare scoop to score opportunity. They're doing a lot of damage to the net.
Yeah.
14-8 now.
I was going to say only rare because very little is getting past Benish at the net. Miles in great position for that read and put away.
Set point number 1. That ball will be missed, and the first set will look a lot like that women's matchup between these same two franchises. 15-8 Dallas, the Andy Benish show. A 5-1 run to finish strong. They'll be looking towards set number 2 in just a moment, and it could be Dallas in straight sets over Brooklyn.
How about a little magic, huh?
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Refreshing and goes down smooth. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
Back in Dallas, it has been an absolutely perfect start for the home side. They've already victorious in straight sets on the women's side. The men are off to a 15-8 super start. Hitting errors on the other side created via 4 Andy Benish blocks and then a couple of balls out of bounds. The result is a victory for the Dream. Now, you might wonder why Theo Brunner has ended up in this position with with Sean Cook. That's because Brian Miller, his partner, had to stay home. Some things are bigger than volleyball. Picture here with wife Gabby, new daughter Emily, joining the world. Everyone happy, healthy, and headed home. A little big brother action there with Henry. So the family growing for the Millers. Exciting times, and good to see everyone at home and enjoying.
Yeah, congratulations to them. What an ordeal that must be. I haven't been involved in that. You have.
Yeah, a couple of kids while I was playing. Had the phone actually on the whiteboard. Got hit, got broken and shattered, an old flip phone, waiting for the birth of my first son. So Andy Benish just waited for nothing to absolutely dominate this match. 4 kills on 5 attempts to go along with 4 blocks and a control. He has dominated the net space.
Yeah.
Against his coach.
Playing the role of Kylie DeBerg in this men's version of this matchup is Andy Benish.
Yeah, Kylie DeBerg in the first match of the evening for the Dallas Dream in the first set. 2 blocks, 4 kills on 5 attempts, and 3 aces. So a score-a-palooza for the blocking partners of these Dallas pairings. Adjustments here for the Blaze. Things you just want to get done. Maybe get one thing right in the second set.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go after it from the service line. I think we talked about sending your best formation onto the court, which would have to be Theo Brunner at the net. Didn't yield a ton of success necessarily in the first set, but that is your best chance, I would have to think.
All right, well, Cook will start at the line, and Theo will start at the net. It'll be a jump set. He was all over it. Doesn't matter. Miles Partain has seen that movie before. And cranks down the right side.
Yeah, Theo not fooled by the jump set, gets right in front of Partain, but leaves that line open.
Miles and brother Marcus in high school setting each other, going 6-2. Both setters and opposites, fun to watch. And a little bit of a bad toss there had Miles in trouble from the beginning. Or maybe he's just feeling a little grungy as DJ Richey drops in. So Nirvana.
Beavis and Butthead used to call it.
This one pushed to the net and cranked just wide. So a first error comes at the very beginning of the second set for the Dallas Dream.
That was hammered, but just wide.
Theo will serve and go to the net per Rich's instructions. And right over the top, nice left hand from Andy Benish, who's really crafted himself into a beach volleyball talent. Didn't start out that way when he's a middle blocker coming out of USC.
Well, he's extremely well-rounded. You mentioned that background, so not coming to the beach with a lot of service reception repetitions under his belt, but he's great in that element of the game. This serve is quite a weapon. Sets the ball extremely well also. There you see, I mean, that play made to look very easy by Benish. Not as easy as you might think. The overpass, playing it accurately on a full sprint up to the net is not an easy job, and he made that look smooth.
Yeah, you mentioned his game from the service line, then kind of a hybrid option this year, true topspin hybrid or float. He's going topspin there. He's really added to his game. And talking to him about what the demands are at an Olympic level, and he said that, you know, the versatility is something you have to keep teams off balance, and they have thus far kept Brooklyn off balance here tonight.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment. Versatility, some well-roundedness, and then you have to add consistency in there.
Execution, yeah.
Execution, yeah, at a high and a consistent level to play the best in the world.
Now, the only thing about adding that is his ace numbers are down, so he's not getting as many clean points. It would take a little more deep dive on the stats to figure out, are you getting all the benefit you need from keeping your opponent guessing. No guessing there for Partain. He eats that one up and then hits the high line. Right to the back line, 5-3, but still feels like the momentum is really on Dallas' side, even though they're only +2.
Yeah, just things coming relatively easily to the Dream. That's just a tremendous read from Partain, and then smooth over the top for the easy winner.
That service will be long. 5-4, Brooklyn remains close.
Yeah, no fewer than half the Brooklyn points, though, coming on service mistakes from the Dream here early in set 2.
Remember, we have CBS Sports Network coming up later. Miami Mayhem and the LA Launch facing off with playoff implications. Miami needing to win one to fill out the field on the women's side as Partain kills that one. And LA wants to stay in the chase for the League Cup. They need to win all 4, 2 women's, 2 men's matches if they want to take home that League Cup championship and the payday with it.
Yeah. Palm Beach Passion out there somewhere with buckets of popcorn.
That's right, getting ready. Maybe some poppers. Just send them all over the living room in excitement of the celebration and the victory. 7-4, Dallas solidly in the lead here. As we look at the AVP Cup standings, Palm Beach already through the gates at 12-4. That's 16 total. LA with 4 to go. They had a 4-0 opening weekend. It's within reach for them.
It is within reach, yeah. It's something that they've done already once this season, but you see they need all 4 of those to outkick the Passion's overall record.
Yeah, the Passion already at 12-4. What a season for Mel and Brandy. Of course, the Olympic silver medalist, and then a rejuvenated, although in his final season, Philip Dalhauser playing alongside Trevor Crabb. That's been a really successful pairing. Fun to watch, and Phil still doing Phil things. As Cook tries to chip that one in, instead sends it crowdward.
Crowdward, I like it. You have to talk to the Webster's people about that.
In the direction of a crowd. 8-5. Can Brooklyn get it going? Has to start with a solid side out. Benish been hit a lot of middle, as has Partain. That one is long, about 4 inches off the back line.
Yeah, that's kind of been the only hiccup in their game, at least in this second set. At least their third service error, accounting for half of the points that Brooklyn's come up with.
Theo going short, nearly had it. And doesn't jump, and you should do that, to borrow a phrase from the South.
You might should, and then you could come up with a defensive play.
You could. 9-6 off another heater from Miles Partain. Sean Cook looking for the corner right there. Miles got it in return. Double figures.
Yeah, Cook just kind of walked right into the defensive setup that Dallas devised on that play. See Benish jumping big into the angle. And Miles just basically waiting on that line shot, and he got it.
Miles 11 for 13. We've been talking about the damage Benish has done. Miles is unstoppable. And Andy Benish owns the net.
Yeah, again, I like the prudence as well from Andy Benish and the Dallas Dream. Missed a few serves. We talked about it kind of being their only hiccup thus far this evening. So he's backed off a little bit, just putting the ball in play, making Cook and the Blaze have to receive serve, and gets the overpass and then the screaming ace.
It's getting to him. Pretty frustrating match here for Sean Cook.
Yeah, you kind of expected, well, maybe you didn't have expectations of this partnership thrown together out of necessity, but certainly we expected a little bit better than this.
Brunner finally gets a good one there, scooping it to his partner and then putting it away.
Might be one of the hardest balls I've ever seen Theo hit. Still got pop in that 40-year-old shoulder.
So Cook with playoffs on the line here. They're going to need a heck of a comeback. Their women almost did it, and there's a good way to get started as that ball is wide. The women came back to 15-13, fought off 4 match points. The men would like to get started a little more quickly here. They trail by just 4. It's within reach still, but it's got to be now.
If you can, you like to start these comebacks here so you're not just one mistake away from the match closing out. That'll help.
And there's a second trickling through. Do you call a timeout if you're Dallas?
Yeah, I think you wait one more.
Okay.
That wasn't necessarily a mistake of any sort.
Partain punishes that one right to the rear nylon. And it is 13-9.
That's a tremendous swing, too. Set got a little bit tight. You would think that Theo Brunner at the net would have an advantage on that, but Miles was really proactive, kind of snapped that high through the middle.
Yeah, Miles so skilled throughout all the different phases of the game. Little lean over that time, toss it across his body. And Cook puts it away. Looking for probably at least 2 here, if not 3, to put a little pressure on Dallas. Theo will serve, and he will go to the net. Not known for his aces, but known for his blocks. Gets one there.
Yeah, I think that's maybe Dallas just trying to force that option a little bit. And they overcooked it off the platform of Miles Partain. Theo had a long run, but he did a nice job to get up there and close.
You said one more. It just came a little bit later. Timeout for Dallas at 13-11. So Andy Benish and Miles Partain coming off an Olympic performance last year, 2024. You have to expect that would be perhaps the first of a couple, at least, Olympic Games for them as we look at the list of Olympians in the league.
Yeah, you would think so. With the Olympics coming up in 2028 in Los Angeles, the host country being us, of course, we get an automatic bid. all these teams would like to earn their way in, so you don't have to sort of rely on that auto bid. But yeah, Andy Benish, Miles Partain kind of at the top of the list in that hunt for our country.
Miles taking a moment of self-reflection and focus there and leaving Andy without a 5. He just collected it now. Don't worry, he got it, boys and girls.
A nice little upgrade in hitting percentage for the Brooklyn Blaze, set over set.
Has it come soon enough? Option not taken. Matchup, got a hold of it there to Theo. We'll need another. No. Boy, 2 hands might have had it back there. Instead, we're at a match ball for Dallas.
A lot of funk on that swing from Andy Benish to get the put away.
If Brooklyn loses this match and this ball, it's going to be a tough one if they're going to make the postseason. A lot of things will have to happen. Theo. Benish with the touch, the control. And less control on the third contact.
He was trying to will a miracle there for an Adrian Karambala lefty cut shot from nowhere.
His coach knows what he needs to work on now. Second match ball. Miles. Yes, sir.
If you're Theo, you have to be pleased with the consistency of your boys. You have to be less pleased that it was displayed against you. But yeah, a fine performance from the Dallas Dream. Andy and Miles, very good throughout that match, and just really kind of put a beating on the Brooklyn Blaze.
Yeah, in a match they should win, honestly. That's one of those that you should come out and dominate the way they did.
Yeah, sometimes those are the hardest ones, right? Because when the expectation is there, maybe you let off the throttle a little bit and think everyone's going to sort of play along with that script. Not always the case. So a nice job from Dallas Dream to stay on task there.
Brooklyn's playoff hopes are on life support, but we'll go down to Victoria now with our winners.
Quite a ball. Miles and Andy, you had quite the ball game, hitting 750, 12 kills, 0 errors for you. That's a lot of transition setting for you, Andy. What's one piece of advice for juniors watching, specifically about that transition setting?
Get a defender that digs it in system, makes it easier. I thought Miles played really good defense. He's getting the ball in my hands, and he's lights out if I get him anywhere close to the net, so my job's pretty easy.
Miles, you do a great job of reading and reacting. How do you continue to up that game internationally and on the AVP?
We had a pretty strong scouting report going in that we wanted to stick to, and then Andy had some great serves that got him out of system. I got a few, he got most of them, and that led to a lot of the transition digs that were in system, and then those kills they're out of system, and it's like a free ball for us sometimes. So that was partially for the big reason for the hitting percentage. They're a great team, and if you don't get them out of system like we did, I don't think it would have been the same.
You need 2 sweeps, both of your games this weekend, to clinch a bye for a Chicago championship. What's the mindset coming into tomorrow night?
I think the same. Every time we step on the court, just try to work hard, focus on every point, be good teammates to each other, and play hard. But that's all we can control. We know pretty much everyone we play is going to be a really good team. So we got to make sure we're in it mentally to battle every night. And yeah, we were fortunate to come out on top tonight.
What can the fans of Andy and Miles expect for the duration of this year as a team, AVP-wise and internationally?
We're going to give it all we got in competition and try and play with joy, and I think those are the 2 biggest focuses for our team.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, the joy is easier to generate when you're playing your own top ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just a resoundingly high-level performance top to bottom, and all the skill sets for Benish and Partain on a weekend when they need both of these wins to kind of secure a good spot in the championships in Chicago in a couple weeks.
Yeah, they're looking to go to 6-2 and perhaps on points jump over those other 2 teams in New York and Palm Beach. A dominant beginning for the Dallas Dream on both sides of the ball, men's and women's teams. The women win 15-8, 15-13. The men come out and do the same, 15-8, 15-12. Miles Partain, 12 kills on 16 hits, 750. An emphatic statement from the Dream. They'll be back again tomorrow And we'll be on CBS Sports Network in a moment.
Big win here, but refocus. What are you thinking going in?